Hello, once again. I just did a reading, a DM from the corner, so it makes sense to do a DF from the corner. Shuffle the cards, brought them out. They're already here. Just glanced over them. It's amazing the couple things that are the same and how much is different. Being human is challenging. Being a woman, well, damn, isn't that about the shittiest, most beneficial place one could ever be? Especially as a mother, because a woman's intuition and a woman's always connected to her children. That's how those that are disconnected from their mothers end up being led by the Divine Mother. But then you can't take that as a wound. That's grace. That's God's grace. It's a blessing. And if any of your kids are, any woman's children are suffering, she knows it. And so being a woman is such a great place of power. And who could ever lie under the heavens? So ironically, I shuffled the cards 3-4 times. And it popped out with the exact same first card as the last reading. Fatima, the Universal Mother in reverse. But straight up, the Mother of the Imams. The 313. Where love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. Being blind and not knowing and not being guided by anyone, and especially after you've been to the other side, it's happened to you or not, you're totally transparent at that point. There's nothing you can hide from. You touched the sky touched you. Everything after that, that's karma on you or somebody. So might as well be doing good. And if you're going to gain anything, you might as well be hurting yourself in a way that you enjoy until it becomes a moot point. Grateful for all things, especially the suffering. So I pulled a second Divine Feminine card to go with that, since this is a Divine Feminine reading for the DFs. We got Saraswati. She's holding the lotus, which came from the swamp. And though the beauty is there right in front of her, and in all actuality, there's probably mud in her hand, she's looking beyond and creating. Because, as every woman knows, well, it gets messy down there. It sweats, it stinks, it bleeds, this and that. But that's where every guy wants. How weird is that? The goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Meaning, one's children are exact products of the limitations that they had during and as a timeline after each child was born. Created from the universal and used her as a divine instrument of karma against all, for all, totally against her, and definitely for her. It's scary being a mother. That's why. That's what women can have the children in society, how it's set. Because she can blame him. She could over or under take care of the children. But ultimately, children that are coddled will never see God. And they'll probably have lots of health issues. And a woman can use that as her as her mask. No, she can't. Everyone can see straight through it. A well family has differences and gets through those differences and has conversations and develops and all works together, but all apart, and it's challenging. So she has this ladder, sideways. Hagalaz, destruction, loss, and change. Like a woman's body, how it changes. And how every time she gives herself to a man, it's gone. No, any man, oh, he took it from me. He didn't take anything. That's the weird thing about women claiming rape. It's not to say whatsoever that it's right to take advantage of a woman. But what was taken? And a man lives a life of being raped by his wife, by his children, by his job, and by the system 24 hours a day, especially when he's enjoying himself. He's throwing a few back. He's hitting that bulb. He's out there, he's fucking cutting down a tree. All he has is being raped. And nobody gives a fuck about him. Unless he can give him everything so that he can be taken advantage of once again. So it's so important that women embrace healing and improving as the center of the family. It can't be like the center of the galaxy and just be a black hole, a dead end. A woman is abundant without ever having to do anything, just by being, by her voice, by her body, by the things given to her, because she's a woman. And anyone that's more of a masculine woman can say, oh, that's not true, that's not true. But the mind controls it. And even if she looks like a man and all that, she still has special privileges that men do not get. So it's important that she knows that she is the devil in reverse. And it's funny. Yeah, you're getting horny. Oh, look, what's down here? And that looks like the fallopian tubes. And this, all of a sudden, from a distance, it looks like a man praying over an altar between two pillars. There's a woman's body all the time. But just looking at her, you took advantage of her. She took advantage of you. That's a woman's presence. And that's important to know, because the universal divine feminine only knows how to take advantage and only knows how to be raped. More like a man than any woman could ever know. That's why it has it so that men have been the ones that have to carry society. And women, sure, they have privileges. They can't hold shit up. I mean, that's the way it was looked at by themselves, not without some other things being put into place. So she can't walk ahead of her husband. And she can't rely on the church to carry her and her family, to keep everyone in line, all clean and neat. And somehow that's her duty too. Because woman, the divine feminine, is more like this window and this wall. And then within her, a woman, her mind can't be a man that's got a crutch. Oh, I'm looking for a guy that I can use, especially if he's busted down and then he can't get away. Oh, and my womanhood says, I want this. I want this. I want this. If you don't get it for me, I'm going to walk away from you. Woman has to be this wall and these pinnacles. And the family structure supports these two. At the same time as, unless they can see it in themselves, nobody can pick them up. They have to pick themselves up. So she has this Gemini and Libra, which is funny we had a Gemini and Libra, only it was Libra and Gemini in the last one. And it's Libra full moon. I see this other one here has a Libra in it too. She has curiosity in reverse, which that's scary. Because every mistake, every choice reflects on the entire family. But if she's ignorant, she can't hold the family up. And she's the center clock dial. And so she has to learn everything without learning anything. She can't hide and lie. Because everyone can look outside and see what the weather's like. It's written all over a person's face, and their conditions, and the things that they consume. And a woman, if she's the center of the family, how could the family be split up? If she's the one that brought them all together. She's the one that made them and gave them the power. She can't be the one to take it away. So in reverse, she's got seek and you shall find. Womanhood knows. So what's gossip? What's putting it on somebody else? Can't. It just reveals two minds of no mind, no connection between mind and body in the reality of truth. And inquisitive thinking, woman's intuition. Strong desire to learn and know new information. The greatest thing a woman can do is nurture, which means she has to nurture the dark and the light, especially in all the men around her. And at the same time, she has to keep them all safe. And anything that's going wrong, she's kind of the source of the problem. And she's the source of the solution. Near or far, because everyone has a birth mother. It's different. But the universal mother, there's only one. It's the 3D reality. It's every word, it's every card, it's everything, every food you eat, it's every animal, it's every piece of dirt, it's every star in the sky, it's all of it. So where could the mind hide? Not really anywhere. So she also gets this tolerance in reverse. She's got to tolerate things. And she's already abundance. What does she have to need for? And as the nurturer, it doesn't cost any money. It costs paying attention. Because Everyone knows. The child, if their mother's around and they get hurt, they'll be more likely to cry out. But either way, whether they get hurt and they come running in, I got hurt. It's okay. It's okay. Looks like you're going to be fine. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. Do you need a Band-Aid? No, you don't need a Band-Aid. Well, here's a Band-Aid. Now you're good. I am? And out they go. And that's all it takes to be a mother. And so she is kind of stuck on Pluto, holding the world, stuck between two poles. As the center of the galaxy. All things revolve around woman. Woman's the problem. How could woman be the problem? Without a woman, there's no point to life as a man. There's no creation. It's the end of a man's ability to develop. So she's given scrutiny. She has to be the balancing line. She can't pick what's right and wrong, especially because she doesn't know. When she says drugs are bad, she'll have 2 kids, and the one that gets involved in drugs will end up being the millionaire, and the one she kept protected, and that'll be the one that dies at 40 of whatever. Like, the universe has a way of teaching lessons. And you have to love all your children. And all people are children of one family, and one divine feminine, and one mother, regardless of who anyone's mother is. The pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah, the sword meaning leaking suggestions, dropping hints, manipulating behind the scenes, changing the stories. That's the Dan the sword. She kind of has to accept everything as it is. At the same time as state the truth and be open. And know she's taken care of no matter fucking what. So what has she got to lose? When it comes down to it. So we're going to leave her in Cancer. The Chariot and the Scales. Yeah, that's fast. And you got to hold the position. It's very much like the Knight of Pentacles. She can provide for everyone in the world, but if she can't provide for her kids, the universe can provide for everyone and give everyone a mind of the same mind and different at the same time. And that's the only way that the image of heaven and Christ ever came into being is through her. That's the only unifying thing of all of human history. The universal divine woman, the gravedigger, the bitch, the monster of chaos, to ate everybody up and spit them out. She did that to make sure that everyone's taken care of and nobody goes to waste. It all goes together somehow. Which, ironically, the next card came up. Look, it's Jesus, the great teacher, and the dove in the seed of life. Learning from spiritual experiences. And spiritual experiences come through seeing outside of our own circumstances and seeing our circumstances as opportunities for growth. that when you're in abundance, then you're going to waste everything. I mean, is a normal way of saying, oh, I got a new job. I make 100,000 a year. Okay, well, good. I can go out and I can get this vehicle right now. First day on the job is the first week on the job, and get this $40,000 vehicle and pay and put it on lean, because that way then I got more money to spend in between. And then, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this, and it makes me think of the oil field. How the oil field promises all this money and stuff, and it sets people up to learn those lessons. All of a sudden, all those guys that didn't have a woman or whatever suddenly do, and the woman's cling to him. But at the same time, she wants her distance, so he has to send the money back home, and she can fuck around on him. And then, it's guaranteed work for this much time, but then it just cuts off. And then he bought a whole huge camper and shit, and now he can't pay for it. And now they're in debt, and now the family's falling apart, and all that money went to waste. She has to balance this high priestess in reverse, where, yeah, everything's laddering something, but she has to be the moderator, and she can't moderate it. She has to moderate herself, and weirdly enough, that means giving and nurturing. But nurturing, when you're nurturing your garden, you don't cut things off at... The best part of nurturing is watering on time, fertilizing, helping everything to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. Not limiting anything. As soon as you start limiting shit, then all of a sudden the habitat will collapse and everything's dead. It's better to have too much and invest, rather than, now I got enough money, now I can go get the things I wanted, and he can take me out and stuff. The right wife is going to be saving that shit and be like, no, honey, you ain't got to take me out. Like, I was just thinking, why don't we just drive up on the Skyline Drive, and I'll make us some little sandwiches. We'll go sit up there under the stars, and we'll daydream about something in the future. If we can get away with it, even if it's just like we have to hide in a bush, we'll consummate that dream. We'll eat them fucking sandwiches. Probably some little 16-year-olds will be over there thinking they're getting away with something, and we'll come up behind them, like, scare the shit out of them, and they're like, oh, damn. Like, hey, it smells like weed over here. No. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. We're cool. We're cool. You mind if we get that? And then you head home, and you had a wonderful fucking date, and showed them kids what's up. So the final card here, we got this Water Guardian in reverse, about grounding and flow. The two aspects that are so challenging in understanding the Divine Feminine. It says connect with your emotions, but emotions flow, but at the same time, they take over the situation. And so that's a double balancing act, because one has to have experienced the emotions on their own to understand them for themselves and to see them in others. And holding one's discriminations is important, at the same time as having an outlet for those emotions to create beauty and to use them to nurture things. What could be greater than that? Women are the most amazing thing ever created, and I want them to be able to lead the world